Hello lovely people, how are you doing? I hope this finds you well. Today's class is going to be a beginner's class. I am going to run it like I would my normal classes. Please note, if you have any medical ailments or you're new to yoga, contact a medical profession. I am a yoga teacher, so you're doing this at your own risk. Please listen to your body, please be sensible. And you can always stop and take a break. The joy of practicing at home. So, come to the front of your mat. Let's start with our Tadasana, our standing pose. So feet about hip width apart, and I mean hip width under your hip bones, not the outside of your hips, but below your hip bones. And let's have a gentle sway forwards. Notice how your toes grip, and you come back on your heels. Coming forward again, your toes will grip, and coming back, notice how your balance is shifting, and then finding that nice center point. We'll have a gentle sway from side to side. You can pretend you're a tree. Just a nice movement. Again, your hips are adjusting to allow that movement. And then we're going to find that center point again. Reaching down into our feet as if you're pressing on buttons, two big buttons on the floor. With our knees bent, hands on our hips so you can feel your hips tilting. We're going to stick our tummy out and our bum out. We have duck bum. And then tucking under, feel that engagement into your tummy and your bum clenches. And then tilting forward again, as if you're a cat standing up, arching your back. And then tucking under, so everything's clenching. And then again, once more, tilting forward. And then tucking under. And then we want to find that center point. So you're not clenching and holding on for dear life. There's a wee bit of engagement in your lower tummy, bit of engagement in your bum, and pressing down into your feet, standing tall. Let's roll our shoulders, opening up our chest. A lot of us tend to work with our shoulders hunched, and they can get a bit tight and a bit sore. So let's roll open your shoulders. Taking your time, the slower you move, the more your body will notice. Nice and slowly, we're just coming into our body, finding where we are today. And allow your shoulders to open up at the front, to soften, and our palms face forward. Now, onto our chin. So, sticking our chin out, feel that strain in your neck. And then reversing, and then stick your chin out again, and reversing, and then finding that nice center point. So I don't want you in your yoga posture doing this to get you into a better posture. That's not how it works. Soften back, so a bit of length in your back of your neck, a bit of space here, your chin's level with the floor. Now, as if somebody has a golden thread coming out of the top of your head, allow that to create some space in your spine. So you stand up tall, lengthening your spine, opening up the front of your chest, tailbone is drawing down, and you're pressing into those buttons on the floor. This is your Tadasana. And just slow your breath. Trying to practice breathing through your nose. Breathe into your tummy. Unclench your jaw. Lovely. Now, if you struggle to match the movement with your breath, just always make sure you are breathing at your pace. I will give cues for breath, but you don't have to take them. Listen to your body. On your next breath in, bend your knees, reaching up above you, and we're just lengthening up our side body, looking to grab something lovely above your head. Now, swaying gently, I want you to think about pressing into your right foot as you lengthen up, and then gently over. Press into your left foot to straighten, press into that left foot to reach up, 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 and then gently over. And continue alternating, pressing into your feet to help create that length in your side body, and then over. Try not to just dump over into your hip. I'm aiming to lengthen that side body, and then when you have that length, you're just gently tipping over slightly. So you've got nice lengthening but on your side body, into your hip, down into your foot, all the way up into your hand, and then you press in your other foot to straighten, and again, reach up, 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 and then gently coming over. And coming back to centre. Now with a big generous bend in your knees, hands down through centre as we fold forward and allow yourself to dangle. Release your head, release your shoulders, have a sway from side to side, bending alternate knees. You can even try little bounces to help release that lower back. Allow yourself to soften. Hands to centre, giving all of our weight into our left foot, so press into that left foot, peeling your right foot off the floor, stepping as far back as you're able, lowering your right knee. And we're bringing our hands to the inside of our left foot, rolling around on that hip. So you're aiming to open up your hip and your knee. Allow your foot to roll out and to roll in. We're moving slowly, letting our body know what's going on. Change the direction of your circle. Just taking your time, you can move your hands around as you move. Now framing your foot, so a hand on either side of your foot, we're coming forward and then slowly rolling back, peeling your toes off the floor, bringing them towards your face. And coming forward again and back, continuing to warm that hip up, lengthen our hamstrings, warming our body, and just continue. And now coming, both hands on the floor, bring that left knee back. Now our knees should be about 2 fists apart. Our hands are under our shoulders. Nice big spread fingers, give yourself a solid base to work from. We're going to do our cat-cow. So, on your out breath, tucking your tailbone down, drawing your tummy in, slowly working all the way up your spine, dropping your head, really arching into your back, and on your breath in, reversing that movement, generating it from your pelvis and slowly working all the way up your back, and your head's the last thing up. Into our cat on your out breath, tucking under, working one vertebrae at a time, and breathing in, filling your tummy, allowing it to drop, and working all the way up. And now let's have a bit of free movement. So you can roll from side to side, allowing our spine to warm up, to move about. Maybe you have a knotty shoulder. You can use your out breath, so take a pause and allow your out breath to release that knot. Again, trying to work with your breathing through your nose. I'm obviously talking, so I'm breathing through my mouth a bit. But breathing through our nose is very good for our immune system, very good to help calm the nervous system, and helps us slow down a wee bit. So again, allowing yourself a bit of movement in your hips, in your spine, have a roll around. Bringing your hands to the floor, and we're stepping our right foot forward. Hands to the inside of your foot, and we're going to roll around on this hip. So you notice my foot is rolling out and rolling in with my knee. I'm moving slowly to allow the joint to warm up, to allow the fascia to ease. And as you do that, it allows that wee bit more movement. You know yourself, if you're suddenly grabbed or tugged, you tense. Whereas if you're told what's happening and you know what's going on, you relax and you ease into it. So just take your time, we're in no rush. Framing your foot, coming forward, and then coming back, peeling your toes off the floor, curling towards your face, lengthening that hamstring, rolling forward, and back, and again, slowly forward, and back once more, and forward. Curl your back toes under, lift your back knee, step to the front of your mat. Now we're going to sink our tailbone, big generous bend in our knees, and slowly curl up to standing. Your head is the last thing up. And we're going to do it again. So breath in. On your breath out, big bend in your knees, folding forward, hands down to the floor, gentle bending of the knees. Weight into your left foot, stepping back with your right, lowering that right knee. Now, I'm going to check to ensure our knee is over our ankle. Adjust your feet if you need to. Press into that left foot, so pressing into that left foot. Left leg straightens, hands sweep back, and we're bringing our hands to our hips and gently bending that front knee. I want you to just check the alignment of your hips. Are you a bit askew and everything's opening up? Or can you draw that left hip back and the right hip forward so you're squaring your hips off side to side, and then you're gently lifting the right hip, lowering the left ever so slightly so you're just balancing everything out. So you're squaring them off side to side and up and down. So you're leveling your hips off. You'll notice a wee bit more muscle engagement, so you're strengthening those hip joints. And once you've leveled off, you can try to see if you bend just a wee smidge more while still retaining that integrity in your hips. Can you see your big toe? Is your knee very far forward? Be mindful of where your body is. And are you still breathing? Now we're going to press into that front foot, straightening the leg, hands to the inside, bringing our knee back. We're going to lower to the floor. So, for our first lowering down, we're going to come onto our forearms. You're going to send your feet back and gently lower down. Press your hips and your pelvis into the floor and allow that movement to bring you up into a nice low cobra. And placing our hands on either side of our mat, we're going to press into our right as we roll to our left, and vice versa. We're just rolling from side to side. Really good for digestion, helps keep everything moving. And good to massage your internal organs. Now, can you give me jazz hands? This is great to have strength in your back, engage into your core, and it means you're not just resting on your arms. So give me a wave, lift your hands, give me some jazz hands. Gently lowering down, forehead to the floor, forearms on the floor. Curl your toes under, lift your bum. Bum first as you reverse back, walking your hands back. Let's warm our hips. So hands are back towards our knees, and we're going to uncurl a wee bit. So our weight is kept back over our heels, and curl again. And now we're pressing back, aiming to keep our weight back over our heels as much as possible, and gently lower down once more. And now we're going to uncurl, sending our hips up towards the ceiling. Walk your hands forward. Remember, nice big spread fingers. Our feet are about 2 fists apart still. Hands will come forward, and we're looking towards our belly button, hips towards the ceiling, and we're gently bending, alternate knees as we walk our dog, one at a time. Lovely. Now everybody lower our knees to the floor, hands to the inside, bring your right foot forward. Check our knee is over our ankle and press into that right foot as you sweep your hands back and bring or rebend our knee. Now let's check our hips. So right hip is drawing back, left hip is drawing forward. We're gently lifting the left, lowering the right so our hips are even. You can check by pressing your hip bones, have a look down, feel where you are, feel that engagement. Try to draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Unclench your jaw, keep breathing. You can even have a little hum to yourself. Pressing into that front foot as you fold forward, hands to the floor, curl your back toes under, lift your back knee, step to the front of your mat. It's okay if it takes a few steps to get to the front, that's perfectly fine. Press into our feet, bend our knees, sink our tailbone down as you curl up, all the way up to standing. We like to bend our knees and sink our tailbone to take the pressure out of our lower back and ease that strain rather than just pivoting up, okay? So we don't want to just hinge, we're bending and sinking and rolling up. It helps give us a nice length in our spine. Now, ready to go again? Perfect. Breath in. On your breath out, folding forward, big bend in your knees, pouring yourself over, weight into our right foot this time, stepping back with our left. Lower your left knee, check your knees over your ankle, press into your right foot as you sweep your hands back and come into our nice low lunge. So again, just be mindful of where your hips are. Our arms are reaching up, our hands are reaching up as if you're trying to get something rather tasty, whether it's an Easter egg or a bit of fruit or something fabulous. Lengthening up that side body, pressing into our right foot. Nice strong in the hips. You're still breathing. On your breath out, pressing into that front foot, folding forward, bringing your right knee back, nice spread hands. Now you can either bring your forearms to the floor or you can walk your hands slightly forward. Bring your hips forward so you're engaging into your pelvis. So you notice I'm going from sticking my bum up to sinking my tailbone down, drawing into my belly. And we're going to try to slowly lower down, bringing our elbows back all the way to the floor. If this is a wee bit much, you're aiming to bring knees, chin, chest. So lowering chin and chest, and then scooting forward to lower our pelvis to the floor. You do you. So pressing your pelvis into the floor, feel that engagement in your bum, but try not to clench too much. Wee bit of engagement. And now our hands to either side of the mat. You can come into your low cobra, you can give me your jazz hands, or you can walk your hands slightly forward and out. And if you have no lower back issues, you can try a slightly higher cobra. Draw that belly in, looking up. As you lengthen the front body, press your wee toes into the mat to help create that space. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Continue to breathe. Gently lowering back down, forehead to the floor and either onto your forearms, curling your toes under, or hands under shoulders. I'll start with forearms, so we're lifting with the bum first, reversing back, bringing our hands to the mat. You notice I'm all the way back over my heels and I'm uncurling up towards the ceiling. So I'm sending my hips up, looking towards my belly button, rotating my arms so like I'm screwing my hands into the floor, as if you're turning out towards each wee finger. And you can walk your dog, or you can slow down, you can even have nice bend in your knees. Listen to where your body is today, okay? And we're going to bring our right foot forward this time, I believe. Or left foot, sorry. I said right as I brought my left forward. So, knee over ankle, pressing into your front foot, sweeping your hands back on your breath in, and on your out breath, sinking into that front knee. What are your hips doing? Do you need to adjust? Reaching up. You can take a very gentle back bend. Make sure you're reaching up so you're lengthening the front body and you're bending about your T12, so just below your shoulder blades, just the bottom edge, or your bra strap, that area. Reaching up, lengthening up, gentle back bend, or you're looking forward. You do you. Breath in. On your out breath, pressing into that front foot, folding forward, curl your back toes under, lift your back knee, step to the front of your mat, have a little sway, and uncurling, coming to your standing. Lovely. Now, I'm going to do that once more. See how you go. You can always pause and come back. Breath in. On your breath out, slowly lowering all the way down, folding forward. Now we're going to halfway lift. So bringing your hands to your thighs, I want you to think about your ribs. Draw your belly in, tilt your ribs. So you're doing that action with your ribs. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing there. Drawing your belly button in, shoulder blades are drawing back. I'm lengthening the back of my body. I'm looking slightly in front of my mat and have a nice, long, flat back. So this is your halfway lift, trying to create length in our body. And gently folding forward, pressing our weight into our right foot, stepping back with our left, lowering our knee. Now leave your toes curled under, because we'll try a high lunge. Knee, ankle, in line, breath in, breath out as you come forward, turning your wee fingers in towards your head, reaching up, check your hips. Now if you would like to try a high lunge, you can press your heel away, lift your knee, continue to breathe. Try not to clench your toes or your jaw. Lowering your knee, folding forward, bringing our knee back. And again, walk your hands forward, tuck into your pelvis, gently lower down with control, all the way to the floor. Press your pelvis into the floor to come up into your Cobra, or into a higher Cobra, engage into that tummy. Try not to clench your bum too much. Or you can bring your forearms to the floor and come into a Sphinx, so your elbows are below your shoulders. You're engaging into your tummy, you're looking forward slightly. By engaging into our tummy, it kind of takes the pressure out of our lower back. If you have SI issues or lower back issues, stay in your low Cobra. If it starts to pinch or hurt, calm down. Draw those shoulders away from your ears. And gently lowering all the way to the floor. Hands under shoulders or forearms on the floor. Curl your toes under. Lift with your bum. Reversing back into your downward dog. And give yourself some space. And we're just going to stay here for a minute. Try not to lock your knees. Soften your knees. Slow your breath. Screwing your hands into the floor, nice big spread fingers. It's okay if your heels don't come to the floor. You can bend them, bend your knees, send your weight up towards the ceiling. Now you can lower to your knees and bring your left foot forward. Knee over ankle, pressing into that left foot, sweep your hands back and come into your low lunge. Curl your back toes under. Listen to your body. You don't have to do a high lunge. Listen to where you're at. You might want to try. And then if it gets a wee bit much, you lower your knee and you come back down. So knee over ankle, engaging into our hips, they're nice and level. Push your back heel away, reaching up. Keep breathing. See if you can slow your breath. Is your jaw clenched? Lowering your knee, folding forward and stepping to the front of your mat. Have a nice little walk it out and gently curl all the way up into our Tadasana. And we're just going to take a pause. So think about your Tadasana, your feet rooting into the floor, your hips, wee bit of engagement, but it doesn't have to be very strong. We're not holding on for dear life. Wee bit of engagement. Soften your shoulders, open your shoulders at the front, open your chest. Palms are facing forward. Length the back of our neck. Slow your breath. From here, we're going to have a little play with Warrior Two. So bringing your hands to heart center, into your Namaste. Weight into our right foot as we step back with our left. Now you want your front heel to be in line with the back arch of your back foot. If it's more comfortable for your foot, you can have your foot at 90 degrees, or you can turn your foot slightly towards the front corner of your mat. Now, let's look at our Warrior Two before we sink in. Is your body tilting forward? Can you draw that back hip in to help bring your body over your hips? So you want to try to stay centered over your hips and not tilt forward or tilt back. So think about those nice stable hips again. Helps to strengthen everything, which is what we not want. Bit of strength, bit of length, all the good things. So make sure you're not locking that front knee, which I was doing a second ago. Soften that knee slightly. We'll start with our hands on our hips and we're going to warm into our Warrior Two. So let's bend our front knee. Knee is over ankle. I can still see my big toes. And I'm going to draw my tummy in a wee bit and send my tailbone down at the back. The back edge of my back foot is drawing down into the floor. Helps to ground me and keep me stable. Straightening that front leg. And we're bending into it again. Keeping our torso over our hips, straightening, and we're going to bend. You might notice your front knee is collapsing in. Think about drawing that front knee out so you can still see your big toe. If you're up above your hips, tailbone's drawing down. And now we're going to bring our arms up. Now we're not stick figures, so we're going to go with where your body is, and it's more important to maybe think about your body and preventing further damage and problems. So, hands on either side of our hips, and then you're going to bring your elbows out, so your thumbs are into your armpits, and straighten your arms. Now you'll notice my arms aren't in line with the edge of my mat. My arms are in line with my hips. This prevents twisting of my knee. If I try and bring my arms in line with the mat, my front knee instantly rotates in, and to try and straighten that, my hip has to move back. So, and it also causes twisting in my back knee. So listen to your body, and I'm aware it's not everybody's yoga practice, but that's something I'm learning. So we're bringing our arms in line with our hips. We're engaging into our tummy. Our shoulders are drawing down. Try not to have your shoulders up around your ears. Soften your shoulders. What's your back arm doing? You're looking out over that front middle finger. Slow your breath. If your arms get tired, you can pop your hands on your hips. And we're going to straighten that front knee. Pivot our right foot around. And we're just going to turn onto our left. So my left foot is facing the short edge of my mat. My heel is in line with my arch. You might need to adjust. I'm drawing my right hip in so I'm nice and square over my hips. So I'm engaging a wee bit of strength going on. And I'm slowly bending into that front knee. Now you might notice as your hips have warmed up that you might need to make a bit more space. So you can inch your foot forward. Drawing into that back hip. And I'm straightening, bending again, warming up, and straightening, and bending once more. My knee is over my ankle. I'm pressing to the back edge of that back foot, my right foot, making sure to draw my left knee out so it's not collapsing in. Draw that left knee out, a bit of engagement. I'm nice and tall over my hips. Now bringing our hands up, elbows out, and you're straightening out in line with your hips. Everybody's going to be slightly different. So listen to your body. Soften your shoulders. What's your back arm doing? Keep breathing. Notice how your body is feeling and responding. And then straightening that left leg, pivot your left foot around and your right, and coming to stand at the front of your mat. And we're going to just walk it out. Lovely. So again, weight into the right foot, stepping back with your left as far back as you can, and then adjust as needed. Front heel in line with the back arch. Hips are nice and square, bodies over our hips. And we're going to come into our warrior two. So sinking into that front knee. Still a bit of engagement. Drawing that hip in. We're going to flip our front hand with keeping your knee bent the entire time we do this. Reach forward, up, and gently back. Keeping that front knee bent. You're not pressing into that back hand. You're aiming to lengthen that side body, opening up to the side. And then we're going to come back to our warrior two and gently flow into our extended side angle. So again, you're not collapsing into that front leg. You draw that shoulder away. You should be able to slip a fiver underneath between your arm and your leg, lengthening that side body. I like to look under my arm, so towards my armpit, to help me rotate my torso open and try not to collapse over. Rotate that torso open, lengthen towards the front of your mat, and then coming back to your warrior two, check your knee, and reverse, and then extend. Continuing to breathe. Are your toes clenched? Is your jaw clenched? Are your shoulders around your ears? And we'll reverse. And extend. Lengthening the side body. Reverse. Bring your hands to your hips. Pivot that right foot. Have a little wibble from side to side. Turning that left foot towards the short edge of your mat. Heel is in line with the arch of our right foot. Again, do what's comfortable, either 90 degrees or turn slightly towards the corner. Our hips are in line, our torso is over our hips. And we're going to do our warrior two to start. So our arms come out, sink into that front knee. You might need to make space. It's okay to shimmy your foot forward. And flipping over that right hand, reaching forward, up and back.
Press into that back edge. Front knee is staying bent. Lengthening that side body. Again, you can look towards your armpit to have open that chest. And then extend. Looking under your armpit, open that chest, draw your shoulder blades together, soften your shoulders. Don't collapse into that front leg. Reverse, keeping that knee bent. And we're going to extend. And slowly reverse once more. And then extend. Keep going, you've totally got this. You're doing awesome. Reach, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Pretend I've got you by the finger and I'm pulling you by the finger, top finger. And reverse. Into your warrior two. Pivot that foot, hands to the hips. And toe heel your feet together. Have a little dance on your way. Loosen your hips out again. Let's come to the floor. So come to the front of your mat. Breath in. On your breath out, slowly folding forward. And let's have a little bit of a squat while we're here. So you can have your feet like this. So my heels are off the floor, my feet are relatively close together. And my hands are on either side of my legs. Or you can walk your feet out a wee bit. Again, if your heels don't come to the floor, that's perfectly okay. So you can stay here, your hands are there, you can come to your fingertips, aiming to keep your weight back into your bum, into your tailbone, sinking towards the floor. If you like, you can widen your feet a wee touch more, you might find it more comfortable, and you're sinking your bum down towards the floor. This is helping to strengthen your hips, give you a wee bit more mobility, so if you get stuck on the floor, you can get back up again. So your weight is in your feet. We're just going to stay here for a second. Keep smiling. And now you can bring your hands to the floor behind you. I keep saying where you're going to. I feel like I'm here with a class. So, feet are still about hip width apart. And we're going to tuck our tailbone under and slowly lower. Hands are at the back of our thighs. You're not holding on for dear life though. Hands at the back of our thighs, and you're going to give me a wave. And then you're going to curl down a wee bit more, and you're going to give me another wave. And then you're going to roll all of the way down, allowing your spine to uncurl. Push your left heel away, push your right heel away. Allow your body to open. You can draw your shoulder blades under. Slowly sink into the floor. Feel your tummy expand as you breathe in and soften as you breathe out. Feeling that warm air circulating in your body. Use your out breath to soften, to let go. You can close your eyes if you're comfortable. Soften your shoulders, allowing them to sink into the floor. Releasing your arms, your hands, your fingers. If it's comfortable, allow your palms to face the ceiling, which allows your chest to open. Gently scanning down your back, using your out breath to release any areas of tension. Release your hips. Feel that lovely support from the floor. Softening your legs, your feet, your toes. And I invite you to stay in your Shavasana
for at least the next 5 minutes, longer if you have the time, to allow your body to absorb your practice and be thankful that your body allows you to still move in this way. Isn't it amazing? Thank you very much for joining me for today's practice. You can continue on in your Shavasana, where you can come to sitting and relax and soften and slowly get on with your day. I will aim to get another video up as soon as I can. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, I am not a health practitioner, I am not a doctor. Please listen to your body. You have to be aware you're doing this all at your own risk. I try to give as many contraindications as I can. Thank you very much for watching and for joining in, and hopefully see you in the next one at some point. Thank you.